Hey y'all, welcome to whatever this podcast is called. And today I have my cousin, our first guest, Leo Lupercio. Hey, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Leo. I'm Rudy's cousin. Yeah.
Boom. Bada boom. We'll see. I don't know if I'll keep that. I don't even know what I want to title it. But let's go back, man. How long? Well, I think I've known you all my life. I think it's easy part to start off with. Do we have like an earliest memory? What's the or one of like the childhood memories?
I definitely remember like the sleepovers your mom would have, and she would have like the little hidden cards or whatever. Like she would leave like a card and it had like clues where you had to like find the treasure. She would have it like hidden behind like the couch or something, and we all had like our own little reward to find. I think that's one of like the earliest memories I remember for sure.
Do you remember? I think because my mom would do it where like she would have this like black almost like mailbox inside the house. Is that what you're referring to? Like she would put our names on it, or it might have been different than that.
No, it was whenever we would go like on Fridays, I think, over your house, and she would have like a little envelope with our name, and it was like a treasure hunt thing, and we had to like find it in your house where she hid it. Mm-hmm. So I remember that, and that was pretty fun, like the sleepovers and all that stuff, you know.
Yeah, I always remember, especially the nights of like we'd plan the sleepover. I remember Twisted Metal a lot, especially because you introduced me to Twisted Metal, and I was like, "What is this game?"
I don't think my dad got that for me, and I don't think he meant to get it on purpose, because it was like a birthday gift, and I was like just a kid. And I think he just saw the cars on the cover and was like, "Hey, let me get this for him." And then I started playing it, and it's like, "Oh, they're trying to kill me," and I was like freaking out. And I was like, "Oh my god, this game is crazy."
I thought it was a racing game, right?
Yeah, I really thought it was. I didn't know it was about shooting each other.
And I was surprised actually how dark Twisted Metal is, right? Calypso was like the bad guy.
Yeah.
It was always super creepy, like where like the stories took place and the whole thing where like he would grant the wish at the end, but it was like always the opposite.
There was like a twist or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting, you know.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. To me, I had a lot of like video game series that like affected me, or that like like it meant a lot to me growing up. What would be like some video games or video game series that you think like meant a lot to you?
Oh, definitely have a few. For sure, like the whole Legend of Zelda series. Just aside from the games being amazing, the storyline about like a hero of time who's always fighting against like darkness and stuff like that. And then definitely Kingdom Hearts for sure. It's such an amazing overall series that just kind of like opened my mind up to more like I guess more reflecting more on like the nature of people's hearts and stuff like that, and possibility of there being more worlds out there and things like that. I don't know. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts is like deceptively deep. Like when you first look at it, you're like, oh, it's like Disney characters. It's like, like there's like Donald Duck and everything. But then, like you play it and you're like, oh, like they're covering like some pretty intense topics.
Yeah, they get pretty serious in there. Themes of like struggling against your darkness and, just fighting like a war and stuff like that, which is not what like I expected when I first, picked up the game. But it was awesome. It was like a crazy and amazing story to tell. So I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah,
I like I guess I like the idea of so maybe Kingdom Hearts doesn't do this too much, but like for me it was like Final Fantasy X, where like it was like the first video game that to me was almost like a movie, right? And so it was like, oh, like you really like grow to love the characters. And especially like with Kingdom Hearts, it's like, there's 1,000 games. There's so many games, but like it gives you a lot of time to like grow with the character. And what do you think about this? Like, I think that video games can be considered like at the same level of like art as like a painting or like a well-renowned movie. What do you think about like video games as art?
Yeah, I definitely think I see that for sure. I think it kind of goes beyond, what different art forms can go, because you're not just like watching a movie, you're not just reading a book or looking at a picture, you're actually playing it, you're interacting with it, so you're experiencing it for yourself. So that's like a level that you can't really get through with different forms of art. So I definitely think video games are in itself definitely something in that category for sure.
Right. No, it's wild. Let me see it real quick. I got okay. There's a couple things I want to ask you. So first, what is something that makes you happy? What's something that makes you happy?
Definitely music for sure. Music is my number one thing. Like every day, all day, I'm always listening to music. You know, helps me get through work, helps me to collect my thoughts. So for sure, music, and then I guess just jamming out, playing guitar, creating my own music. You know, to try to experience it more, I guess.
Like the expression of it.
Yeah, like the creative expression. You know, because you know, emotions are kind of hard to capture, especially on words. So I feel like music can kind of help give a better feel of what someone is feeling, you know, where words can't. So that's why I think I also value music a lot.
Yeah. What do you think right now would be like I don't know, like what style of music, what genres, like what speaks to you?
Honestly, all of it, because I've always seen music as like different facets of our emotion. So you know, if you're very in tune with your emotions, I feel like you're gonna be someone who has a broad taste in music. You know, because there's different, you know, like country music. You know, it can be known to be sad or uplifting. You know, metal can be like get you pumped up or when you're angry. Jazz can be like soothing and calming. You know, so I feel like if you know having all these emotions, you kind of also have to have a bunch of tastes in different genres.
Yeah, it's almost like important to like be able to almost like train your ear to like listen to all this different stuff, but also like I guess almost like knowing that there's a worthy thing to appreciate in each style of music too.
Yeah, for sure. I guess to answer the question, I realized I didn't answer that. So I wouldn't really. There's not really one specific genre, but if I really had to pick one, I don't know. I'd probably go with like electronic and rock music, and then probably some like new age ambient stuff. That's probably.
What about like those maybe like those genres, right? Like what about like the electronic or the ambient? Like what draws you to it?
Well, okay, so with ambient music, it's just kind of very like calming, like meditative. Kind of just really makes you feel relaxed. And then with rock music, the energy, you know, just the aggression, the being able to release like all that intensity, you know, that you can't really release with different music. And then electronic music is just very pleasing to hear, I think. Just like hearing all the effects and how they create these new sounds. It's, you know, it's still something that's still creating its own subgenre still. You know, you have like trance and house and dubstep, and you know, who knows how far it'll go.
It's so amazing because like, well, I mean, I remember probably the first like EDM or like electronic song I heard, or, like I remember like really clearly hearing was I think it's like Eiffel 65.
Yeah, that was a good song, man. When that song came out,
dude. And I just remember like, oh, like what is this style of music, right? And it was always that like stereotype of like, you know, early 2000s, the like, right? But there's something so like there's something to appreciate in each style of music, right? Like I like that, like in metal, there's like it's so well organized, like it's like almost like very mathematical. It almost like harkens back to like classical music in that. Electronic music, EDM music is just like that energy is like so pulsing. So I feel what you're saying, where like there's something cool in each one.
Yeah, for sure.
And then let me see what else here. Okay, so yeah, what something makes you happy. Okay, what is something that you hope to do, experience, or accomplish in the future? What is like, I'm not asking like a life goal.
Yeah,
something.
Definitely would love to visit the ancient wonders of the world. That's definitely like one of my top things on my list that I'd love to do for sure. You know, Machu Picchu, the Great Pyramids of Giza, Easter Island, Stonehenge, all those places. You know, I've always kind of been attracted to those places, and I would like to see it myself, you know, someday. So that's definitely one thing I want to accomplish. Also, this one's kind of like a far out there dream goal, but I think it'd be pretty nice to like start an orphanage or foster care building somewhere around here for children who just don't have homes or families. You know, I'd like to do something like that too, to kind of create a home for kids.
Dude, that'd be huge. I mean, the first one of like traveling, like seeing like the places like with your own eyes, like it's so different. Like, I mean, I've seen pictures of the pyramids, but like when people talk about being there, like this is so incredible. You're like, yeah, this is something crazy.
Yeah, I've always, from what I've read, people say you can kind of feel like a different energy at those places.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of something also you can't just see in the photos.
Yeah, it sounds like that first goal of like traveling is like it would like grow like inwardly, right? Like just like enrich yourself by like being there, like kind of seeing the history of humanity. And then like an orphanage, like that would be like one of the best things you could do, like outwardly, like to leave an impact in the community. Like that's huge.
Yeah, I mean that's, like I said, that's not really something that's attainable. But if I were to like somehow get the money or something, that's something I would definitely like to do.
It's so cool. You could form a. I mean, I thought of Batman and like the League of Shadows. Maybe not like that, but
that would be cool.
What's the other one? The Umbrella Academy? Is that also by a?
That was that Netflix TV show, but
I'm thinking of something different. But
or like the Jedi, I guess.
Yeah, the Jedi. Yeah, like the. Yeah, I mean, there is sadly like a large. I actually don't know. I don't know actually what the number would be like percentage wise, but there is a group of kids who don't have parents, and like figuring out like how to still give them like a worthwhile like like childhood and things like that. That would mean the world to them.
Yeah, I mean that's where we're all shaped is our childhood. Yeah. So if you don't have like a proper upbringing, it's kind of hard as an adult to try to get back into that.
Another question I had was so if that was like in the future, right? Like in the past, tell me something you're proud of, or something that you're either proud of or thankful for that happened in the past.
Definitely thankful for all the experiences, like the bad experiences I've had in my life, and in regards to not just only like love interests, but also just life in general. I think I'm definitely thankful for that because it's helped me to grow and evolve as a person and to see things more clear, and also I guess have like a stronger mentality, I guess, because of that. So I'm definitely thankful for all that.
Yeah, I mean, like all those experiences, good, bad, ugly, like everything, like that makes you who you are today. Mm-hmm. And like, and it's always curious. Like, I watched Back to the Future recently, and it's like the whole idea of like how one decision, affects later on. But it's the idea of like if you were to remove one part of your story, right, of my story, like will we still be the same today? Like.
Yeah, and I mean, like, life isn't perfect right now, but I'm kind of like content where I'm at right now and with the people I've met.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to change anything because I wouldn't want to lose any part of that.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Yeah, and it's just like the appreciation of like that life is the full spectrum, right? Like life is both the happy moments and the sad moments and the difficult times.
It's in extremes.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about, okay, so right now, I'm 28. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm 28. You're
30.
30, okay, yeah. So tell me a little bit about, like, because, as we're getting older, it's different. I know in my mind, I always look at, like, you, me, and, like, Carlos and the crew, like, as much younger. And I see, like, the younger cousins, like, in my mind, they're still younger. But, as we're getting older, what is your relationship, or what do you think of time? Like now that what do you think about? That's a big question.
Yeah, I was not prepared for that one.
What is your relationship with time, bro?
Well, one thing for sure, I remember like growing up, time kind of felt slow. Like the years felt so slow, and then once I finally turned like 21, it's like the years just go by faster. As you get older, I feel like the years go by faster, which is kind of crazy, But I guess in my perspective, I feel like as we get older, time does go by faster. But I also feel like as we get older, our years are filled with more substantial moments because when I think back at my childhood, I might remember like one memory from the year, 2 memories from the year. But as an adult, I can look back at last year and think about so many memories I had with like friends and family and stuff that I really enjoyed. So even though time to me feels like it goes by faster, I also feel like there's more memories that are made, more moments that are just enjoyable and that are made.
That's a really good point. I hadn't really thought about that. Yeah, it's like when you're younger, like going to your first day of school is a big deal, like things like that. But it's not like, it's almost like more like the feeling of that era is what mattered. And then like now as we're getting older, it's like there's like more like concrete, like this and this happened this year, and you're like, oh wow, like you can directly point to a specific memory, right? Like these like events.
I think that also has to do, I guess, since as adults we have more freedom, because as a kid you can't really just go out and do whatever. But I guess as an adult, since we have more freedom, we are actually able to go out into the world more and create those moments as well.
I think you and I, if there's something I think you and I probably connect on a lot, is this idea of like, like following truth and like seeking, and like the whole idea of like, like time, truth, and like death.
Like ideals.
Yeah, like ideals. Like I think we're both kind of idealistic in that way. I think we both also like the whole like, memento mori, right? Like it's not like an obsession with death, but it's just like a recognition of it.
Yeah, it's like a very it's a very honest self-awareness, just accepting and knowing that you're gonna die one day. Which I mean, like, it's so crazy. Like, I don't know if there's ever really any truly accepting it, because I say like, oh yeah, like I accept that I'm gonna die one day, but it's also like, dang, well, I don't want to die right now though.
Yeah, I feel you, because it's like, it's one thing like in your mind, like, okay, I made peace with death, or like, trying to be a reminder to like appreciate what you have. And I mean, I was just calculating. I was driving home to my apartment the other day, and I was just like, dang, like any day out of like all these thousands of days could have easily died. Like, there's like more chances to die than not. And it made me wonder, this is a question I want to ask. What are like, what is like something that you would hope that people remember you for or as? Like, what is that? What does that look like? What would you want to impart?
I think definitely the courage to be myself despite, I feel like I've always kind of expressed myself without really concern of being judged. And so I feel like I would like if people remembered me for kind of having that spirit of rebellion, that spirit of, be who you want to be, or, don't worry so much about what people think or what they want to tell you to do or who to be. Just be yourself. Like, don't be afraid to kind of just express yourself and be that person. So I guess whenever I pass away, like, I would like people to kind of carry on that spirit, for them to live true to themselves, and then maybe inspire more people that way.
I think it's huge. I think it's like a noble thing to aim for. There's one thing, there's several things I admire in you. One would be that the kind of like you very much you're welcome. No, you very much have your path, and you're on that path, and like it's not like you're like, oh, that's what I'm gonna do, like, forget all y'all. No, but like you have like your path that you're walking, and it's cool to see that. And then there's two other things I noticed a lot, which I've seen throughout the years, but like I guess especially clicked this year, was you're an exceptionally good listener, and like being attentive to other people, like actually like listening to them and processing what they're saying, like just that's like a huge skill you have.
Thank you.
And then,
oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, I think that came as a result from just growing up with 2 younger sisters and my mom, and just it was like I didn't have a choice. I had to learn early on.
Yeah.
And that also taught me a lot of patience as well. And I think to be a good listener, you have to have patience. So that's probably because of them.
That's probably where it came from. Yeah, that. And then the final thing I was gonna say is your, maybe call it like philosophy, or willing to philosophize or think. Like that's, I mean, not that all the other, because don't think. It's just like I always have thought of you, at least you and I like connect on that like idea of thinking. We're like, okay, we like to, let's at least entertain an idea of like death, entertain an idea of like truth. To sit down like. just kind of contemplate, right? Like just a contemplative mind.
Yeah,
and,
to go into depth with it, not just kind of
exactly
brush over it.
And so I feel that you've reached a lot of depth, and like there's always more depth to go. But those are just 3 things I've admired a lot.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no problem.
It's
Time.
yeah. I mean, I don't really. I can't really say where it all came from. I think it just kind of happened just from the way life shaped me. But yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Yeah. Tell me. So this might be like a fun question for like to look back on in 5 years. What does a normal day for Leo look like? Maybe like a normal day. What's like a normal weekday and like a normal weekend?
Okay, yeah. Well, at least right now, normal work day. Waking up early. Wake up at 6:50. Working a lot of hours, so getting off late, like around 5 or 6. Heavy, crawling in attics and stuff. And then, if I have enough time, I'll go to the gym. If not, I'll just go home, shower, eat, sleep, chill. I mean, my weekday's kind of boring, honestly. Like I don't have much time to do things. And then on the weekends, usually I'll be at home, relaxing in the mornings, chilling at home, jamming out. And then usually later on, I'm usually out with friends. I try to see my friends as much as I can on the weekends, since I don't have time during the week. And it's just always nice to go out and spend time with people and connect with people. So most of the time, it's I'll be with friends either at bars or at their house or something. So
that's one of the cool things about you too. You have and something that I saw like one of the coolest things I like was like wow. At your birthday party was just the fact that like you connect so well with so many different people. Like your friend group's pretty dope, man. Like it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I actually have a very diverse group of friends, and it's funny because I didn't really think about it too much. And then actually, this girl this morning, she told me, she's like, "You have a lot of friends. I see you celebrating someone's birthday every day," and it's like, dang, like honestly, yeah, I'm always saying happy birthday to someone on Snapchat, and I really do have a lot of friends and people that I know. But I would like to continue to meet more people,
Yeah.
I'd like to meet as many people as I can in the world and just connect with different people from different lifestyles and mentalities. I think it's kind of broadens your horizons and enriches your life, So that's why I've always kind of been like strongly for, don't just have one circle of friends or one type of people you hang out with, expand your circles and see what you can learn from other people.
I like that. I like that you give like everyone like that like benefit of the doubt, like that opportunity to be your friend. Like because so many people, you go to an extreme with like someone that's like racist or whatever. But like, but if you go to like in general, sometimes people close off their friend group. Like I know in college, I'm never gonna be friends with like the frat guys. I'm gonna be friends with like whatever subgroup of people or clique. But I think we limit ourselves too much.
Yeah,
sometimes.
And I can understand, maybe, certain group might not be your style or whatever, but, you don't have to be like best friends with everybody. You can just be like friendly and still get to know someone and get a look into their world, so. So
assuming 5 years from now, someone's like, you're looking at this video, what is something you want to say you would say to yourself in 5 years?
Dang. 5 years I'll be 35. So
35, yeah.
Hopefully I'm like close to being married at that point or something. If so, then I would like say like whoever your wife is, take good care of her, make her happy. Also, remember where you came from. Don't ever forget about your roots and the things that you've endured. Ideally 5 years from now, I'd like to be more like settled, like have a house and stuff. So, I guess what I would tell myself, my future self, who has a home and stuff, is even though you might have things settled, don't stop aspiring for more. I think that's probably what I'd say.
That's a good message. That's a good message. Another question would be actually, I didn't think about this. Yeah, do you see yourself as married with a family?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to get married. That's kind of one of my biggest goals, honestly, is to get married. and I want a big family. I don't know if it'll happen because kids are expensive, and that kind of goes along with that thing I was talking about earlier about the orphanage. That's also a different way I could, instead of having like 20 kids, if I have an orphanage, I can kind of take care of them and consider them kind of like my children, I guess. Yeah, I definitely see myself getting married. I'd like to, but who knows where life will go.
And it's awesome. I think it's awesome. And I think you have the right foundations and right values to be like a father, like a good father.
Thank you.
I think any guy, or almost any guy, can be like a dad, but it's hard to be like a father, like to actually be able to to have both like morals and values yourself, and like be able to like properly impart that to like the next generation.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm still like very much like childish. I play around and joke around a lot. So I think, raising kids, I feel like that's kind of, you gotta have fun with them too. They're kids. They're growing up. They're discovering the world. It's not, you can't just be strict with them and like tell them like, oh, these are the rules. You kind of have to like play with them as well and let them kind of let that creative side come out as well.
Give them that space.
Yeah. So I feel like just from me being childish, I think that's kind of what helps me. I guess maybe be a good father. But yeah.
Yeah, you like never lost like childish, like that child inside you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that's always there. And I think. Yeah, especially.
And I see that in you a lot as well. Whenever you play with kids and stuff, I mean, you have the same thing. So you have those great qualities that I think you'd be a great dad someday too.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it'd be fun. It'd definitely be. It's a freaking journey, man. It's a freaking journey.
It's like a clone of you.
It's so weird to think about like all that, but yeah. Okay, yeah. So before I ask you the rapid fire questions, there's just a couple. It's like 5 or 6 like rapid fire questions. Are there any questions you want to ask me or anything else before we get to
that? What about you? What would you say to yourself, I guess, in 5 years, your future self?
I would say to my future self in 5 years that the me right now, like I believe, like I hope to be where I will be in 5 years, right? Hey Rudy, in 5 years, like I believe that, like I have that self-belief in myself and that confidence, like I have like a goal, like a dream, a vision, like it's here, like I know like I'm building it, but like I have that motivation. I like the idea of it's like this idea that like, you've heard before, right, where it's like everything you need is already within you, and so it's like an appreciation of like, even if I do accomplish a lot of things in 5 years, or wherever I am in 5 years, like I would hope that I'm still like Rudy, right? I would hope that like I'm still like even if like the cars change, the houses change, whatever, like even if whatever we're surrounded by like improves and worth more, like we're still gonna have like the problems of like how do I feel about myself, and all that. And so I would just hope that more so that I stay true to myself. And it's like I just hope I can look in 5 years and look back and be like, okay, I hope you're still true to yourself.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I like that.
That's what I would think about.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay, so to close it out, just a couple of fun. So this can be like one word or like short answers, right? First off, if you could travel anywhere, where would you travel to?
Japan, for sure. Yeah, they're just like the most advanced country. They have all these cool futuristic stuff. There's so much growth in technology there. It's awesome. Their theme parks and everything, and just the nature over there is beautiful too. So I think I'd love to go there.
Insane. I can't wait. Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Someday.
Tell me about your favorite food.
Oh, that's hard because it's like a mixture. It's like Mexican.
Or one of your favorite foods, yeah.
Well, like category or like an actual.
If there's like a specific plate, that'd be cool.
Definitely can't go wrong with enchiladas. Those are one of my all-time favorites, honestly.
Cheese, beef,
all of them, all kinds. Chicken, cheese, dude. Honestly, I love enchiladas. So that's probably. Yeah.
I'm a cheese enchilada. That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Would you prefer summer or winter?
Summer, man. I hate the cold. But I'm not. My body's not built for the cold.
Okay. What about then spring or fall?
That one's a hard one, but I think I'd have to go with spring more because it's a bit warmer, and also there's a bit more rain in the spring season, whereas in the fall it can get kind of cold. But that was kind of a hard one because I do like fall.
Lucario or Ike?
Oh, Ike. Yeah, I had to drop Lucario.
Man.
I can't win with him anymore.
Dude, we gotta do another Super Smash Bros. Thing too.
Yeah.
Do you prefer outdoors or indoors?
Ooh, dang. I guess I'd have to go with outdoors more. Any like bars and stuff when they have like a nice outdoor setting and view. Those are my favorite. Or just parks and stuff. So yeah, outdoors.
Very nice. Cheese or pepperoni pizza?
Cheese or pepperoni? I'm gonna go with pepperoni.
Okay. And final question: what's your favorite color?
It's basic but black. Yeah, black.
Basic black. Okay. Assuming like it'll probably be like the cousins that like watch this. But anything you want to say to the cousins?
Guys, I hope your interview isn't as awkward as mine. I can't wait to see what y'all have to say, what kind of questions y'all get asked. So yeah, we'll see y'all soon.
All right, well, there you have it. Brought to you live here at whatever the name of this podcast is. Thank you again for Leo for being our interviewee here today.
Thank you, Rudy, for having me.
This is fun, dude. That no awkward at all.
Yeah, it was chill.
It
wasn't like intense or anything. I was kind of nervous, but I didn't know what you were gonna ask me.
Yeah, no, I think that's
But no, it was chill. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Awesome. All right, well, we're gonna get everyone on here soon. So, cheers to that.
All right.
And cut.